I am buzzing. The day has come. The old Taylormades are getting thrown out. We're here down at Trump Turnberry at the fitting rooms. That's right, Taylormade. Taylormade, Ryan Wilson is coming together. I'm getting a club fitting for the first time ever. We've only had, what, 1 or 2 lessons at all, so there's a whole new experience. I don't really understand what's going to happen here. I don't know whether I'm getting new clubs now or if I'm getting them later. I mean, are they going to try and fix my swing before they give me a club? We're going to ask all the questions to Ali, who's in there now, but say goodbye, my little friends. I'm actually a bit sad. I mean, I'm not going to throw them away, am I? No, I'm going to keep them, but let's go get a club fitting with Taylormade at Trump Turnberry. How posh. Ali.
Cheers, Ryan. Good to see you.
Mate, good to see you. I'm a little bit nervous because I love these girls.
Okay.
But have a little look inside there.
Time for a change.
I reckon 9 years ago I got these.
Yeah, M2 is probably 2016, 2017. It's about 9 years, yeah?
Yeah, that's about right.
Pretty fair.
If you want to have a little look inside, I'm not sure what happened to the bag.
Yeah.
That bit.
Maybe because all your clubs are in one pocket.
This does happen, I don't know why. We've got pitch and wedge to 5-iron.
And then straight to a 56.
And then a 56.
Okay.
She's got a couple of chips in her. She's a trusty old girl, this one.
You've not used it that much. That's Taylormade Wedge, yeah.
I've not really played
the R series, yeah, it's probably the same sort of age. So the big gap between the Wedge and the 56, it's probably about 13 degrees of a difference, which is huge.
There's my driver, which is a bit dirty. I think that's probably frowned upon.
M2 as well. Good driver. Be tough to beat. Very good driver.
I mean, it's maybe me, not the driver. I used to have 2 drivers. Yeah, got invited down for a pro-am up at Trump Aberdeen. The caddy looked in my bag, saw that I only had a 9 to a 5. And he also said, why have you got 2 drivers? I said, well, if this one doesn't work, I'll use the other one. Okay. But I don't have a 3-wood, and then I do not even touch this. You know, Donkey Weir,
yeah.
Bought me this off of eBay because he said, Wilson, you need a hybrid. And I don't go near that.
Okay. So you don't like it at all?
Nah, shatters all the way out my body every time I hit it.
It just doesn't feel good when it's like hit off centre. Or do you ever hit it out the centre?
Is that the question? That is the crucial question. So there it is.
Okay, an interesting set, but
isn't it?
Plenty to work with.
For a bloke who's got a golf channel, that is an interesting set.
Yeah, but there's some easy wins there with 3 woods, maybe even 5 woods. Look at different hybrids, probably even 2 more wedges in there as well. Yeah. There'll be some big gains for you, I'm sure.
Should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Wait, look at that. So you're saying how much longer are they than
So this is 38.5 inches, right there. So yeah, standard's 37, so you've got 1.5 inches extra on these irons. I play inch longer.
Okay. Yeah, and what are you?
6'5".
6'5". Yeah. I'm guessing that all comes into part of the fitting. They're too big.
Yep. So I'm just going to check the loft and the lie. It'll probably be around about 30 for the loft on these, I imagine.
What do you mean? So they're not always standard?
No. Clubs that like tour players will be using are like 34. But now where golf clubs have kind of developed over the years, they're a lot more forgiving. There's more metal and mass at the bottom of the club to make it more forgiving, so the ball tends to go higher. So they then have to crank the lofts down so the ball doesn't go too high, is the main kind of reason for it. Yeah, so it's right on 30 there. And then the lie angle, which can change from brand to brand, but obviously we're just working with Taylormade today. 62.5 for the lie angle. So the lie angle is important for a couple of reasons. The main reason is direction of the shot. So we can alter the club to be more upright or flatter. So ideally you want the club coming in flush with the ground.
Yeah.
It can help with your interaction with the turf, interaction with the ground, but the main reason is for the direction of the shot.
The main question I've got is, I don't want to change. I know I need lessons, right? Mm-hmm. And I need to change my swing. But I reckon a lot of people coming to get their clubs fitted will go, well, do I want to get clubs fitted now and then get lessons? What if I then have to change? What happens there? Because that's what I'm slightly worried about.
Okay. Yeah, do what's comfortable today, and then we can kind of, we'll work on it over time.
Because I've had 2 lessons, and both times I've got to the course, tried it, and then about 2 holes in, I've gone, nah.
So your coach's nightmare, kind of. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get you to hit some to loosen off first. Do you want to grab like a 9-iron to start with? Just clip a few.
Do my shoes make a difference?
Yes.
So I should put golf shoes?
I would put golf shoes on, yeah. If you play in golf shoes, I would practice in golf shoes, hit balls in golf shoes, yeah.
You wait. I mean, in terms of places that you can come and get your clubs fitted, down at Trump Turnberry, pretty special, but you wait for this view as that bloody shutter goes up. Next level. I'm worried the opening's not wide enough for my shots. I mean, yeah, couldn't get much better. Couldn't get much better. Right, first shot of the day. Bearing in mind I was on a long haul flight yesterday, so back's a bit stiff. All the excuses. That went straight.
That was very good.
Didn't go very far, did it? But and there it is. Where did that go?
First tee of the King Robert.
I think that actually did.
So you just keep hitting. I'm just going to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
First one, which might be quite appropriate, is what injuries or physical limitations?
Yep, that's done it again. Fingers, quite bad.
Is that one bent?
So I got like arthritis already, which isn't ever good. So that's how they bend.
Okay.
So that's why I have to get fit grips. 4 shoulder operations. Limitations, they're just really stiff.
Is that both shoulders?
Both shoulders, knees. I mean, I feel like I'm at the doctor's.
I don't have enough space to write all this in, actually. Do you know, like, when you're swinging, you don't have any pain or anything?
Just the main thing is when it's cold.
Okay.
Trying to hold on to a golf club is quite hard work.
Okay, so yeah, thick grips is definitely. Have you got a current handicap?
No, I haven't.
No?
No, something that we've been waiting to do.
Score for 18 holes?
Really varied. But I say 18 just to be.
Okay, so maybe around about 90 on a decent day?
Yeah.
Really good day.
And the cameraman's my caddy as well. So I often ask him for like what club he thinks I should be hitting. He knows my distances better than me. It's quite handy, isn't it?
So how far would you hit a 9-iron normally, do you think?
150, I reckon.
That was total, so it landed at 140.
Yeah, so, 150, that's what, yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, 150, because then I just go 10 up and 10 down from there, right? So pitch and wedge, I say 140.
Yeah, but yeah, roughly should be that, yeah. So they're coming off the heel, I think.
Yeah, I think
the
that
side
was.
closer to you. Yeah. So
that's why I went that way.
That's where you said when you've been on holiday using rental clubs, you hit them better.
Yeah, a lot better.
Because your clubs are 1.5 inches longer. All these strikes are well out the heel. So that straight away makes me think these clubs are too long for you.
I can't believe I'm going to be fixed by the end of this. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
What would be your favourite club in the bag if you've got one?
I was going to say this until I've just hit it off like that for the last few times. Probably my 9. I like hitting the 9.
Least favourite? You mentioned that hybrid, you don't use it.
Hybrid, don't touch it. 5 iron, not a fan. A 6, I quite like the 6.
It seems like
I
there's
do
less,
like the 56.
Less loft, you probably like them less. The more loft you've got, you like them better.
Yeah,
but it's common for most golfing goals. Where do you want to go with your golf? How good do you want to be?
I want to get to single figures. Don't fucking laugh. Don't laugh. I want to get to single figures.
How often are you playing or practicing?
I reckon I play once a week. Don't practice enough.
And you said you've had 2 lessons. One more, then we'll go up to your 7.
Best shot.
So like, apart from your ones out the hosel, which are down here, there's actually a nice little grouping there, all ending up pretty much on target.
Like I've never done that before.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah. So we're kind of looking, there's a few different things I'll be looking at in terms of the initial launch of the ball, how much backspin's on it, how steep the ball's landing at the ground. These are all things I'm looking at to try and optimise your flight. It's more about how we can bring it in a little bit tighter, get you hitting more greens with the irons. So, general shot shape, are you more of a left to right? So that's something you battle a little bit. Are you very rarely hooking it?
Okay. Nah.
Nice. So even though that was a good one, still a little bit out the heel. If we can get the path and the face matching up, that's how you're going to get a
that is part of this whole journey. This is the club fitting today, but poor Ali, we're in conversation today, he's going to have to actually end up giving me lessons.
They're 92 grams, which is extremely light for you. So you'll probably struggle to control this shaft at all.
I just thought there was a stiffness to the shaft. I didn't think there was a change in the weight.
There's different flexes, but different weights. So different brands of shafts. One might be stiff, one might be regular, but they might actually be quite similar. High launching shaft, yeah.
How does the shaft fit?
So various different things go into shafts. There's different balance points, kick points, so they can change the stepping of the shafts.
Look at this. See, this is awesome.
So yeah, these are all standard length, these ones. And then we've got a bag here with 1/2 inch longer and 1 inch longer. And then these are lighter graphite ones, some senior flex, and then regular flex as well. Because I mean, your club head speed's 96 mile an hour with a 7-iron, which is fast. So you're putting a lot of load into that shaft and a lot of speed into it. So this light shaft's moving around all over the place. So something a lot stiffer. So the Taylormade system's really good. You can change the loft and the lie. So this is lie angle, standard, or 3 degrees flat, or you go 3 degrees up or standard, and then all these do different things.
I count myself as a novice still. Come and get this done.
Totally, yeah, totally.
Yeah, you think it's definitely worthwhile?
Yeah, you need
Don't
to...
just go and buy some old crappy clubs, just
no, you
come and get fit.
See it a lot, people end up in something that's way too heavy or way too light, and then impacts your swing, and you've got to adjust your swing to suit the clubs, and then start mis-hitting it. So yeah, it can end up a bit of a mess.
Yeah, so I wish I'd done this sooner.
Yeah, the correct length is huge. So we're just going to start with P790. We're going to kind of work down a little bit and go through some different heads. This is a lighter head, which only because the shaft's longer, just so it's swing weighted correctly. So if you go longer, it changes the balance point of the club.
Oh my goodness, I'm fixed. Oh, that felt so much better than
totally different noise.
Yeah, just felt.
And you actually
nice.
swung that a bit slower, 93. So typically a longer shaft, you're going to swing it faster.
Oh, okay.
But the speed's come down, but
that one I went for it a little bit more. Just so
different noise completely, isn't it?
Yes, completely different. That brings me joy.
So that was a good start then.
I'm gonna cry.
And then if you look at the strike of that first one you hit, right at the screws.
Oh my God. What an advert for getting a fit. It's almost like I did it on purpose.
Yeah, you can see you've got a nice, so that one was slightly mishit out of the heel, but you've got a nice little grouping of the blue dots there. As you strike the ball, the toe up a little bit, is what I'm thinking. This will put a line on the club face just to see if this line's tilted at all, then it'll tell me how the club's coming in relative to the ground. Right, let's hit that whilst it's wet.
Yeah.
So if the club was coming in flush with the ground, the line would be straight up and down. You see it's kind of tilted quite a bit that way. Your club is tilting that way a little bit. So we'll adjust it and see if we can get that line a bit straighter. Fairly straight, it's only ever so slightly tilted, so I'm going to definitely move it up right.
Well, I mean, after I hit the first one, I was like, this is it. I found the new clubs, but let's see what this does. But it is honestly so interesting. But what a difference just like that angle of the club doing that. I thought it was all to do with the club doing this. Yeah, that felt quite nice. The first time I hit a draw, I nearly cried. It felt really, it did feel good.
So the setup of these clubs being more upright, that should you should see a little bit more of that left ball, I think. Okay, I'm going to pop you in a different head just to see what you think. You know, people definitely undervalue the importance of having clubs that are correct. So this is probably more similar to what you've been using with the M2. Okay, just the updated version. That's the QI.
Oh, that's back to that noise.
Okay.
Thin. Again, in the middle of the club though, which is good news.
Yep. So I'm going to go different head, find out which head is the one that you like, the one that's working best. Right, so this is a different head. This is the P770.
Oh yeah, see that, even the feel of that is definitely better.
Okay.
Is this another different one?
That's a different one, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So this number here, that last one was minus 7.4. Some of them have been like 9 or 10. So that's degrees to the left, the club path. And then depending where the face is, the impact dictates where the ball's going to end up.
Oh yeah, that felt good.
Oh, I like that one. 790's a touch more forgiving than that. And the 790's got a little bit less loft as well.
And that's the one I liked straight off the bat.
Yeah.
I just clipped a couple of nice
couple of really
ones
good ones there. That last shot you hit, this is the numbers here. So this is a few of the things I'm looking at. So on the miss hits, your ball speed's down quite a bit, like 120 miles an hour, sometimes like 122.
Is that because I'm hitting so much of the ground?
A little bit, yeah, but also the heel strikes as well.
Yeah.
The overall height is good. The spin is spinning too much. The 790, I think, has been spinning a little bit less for you, but we can also take a little bit of loft off.
This, we've just reduced my spin because it was too high.
So with the 770s, it's got a wee bit more loft on it. It was spinning like at 7,700 RPMs, which is just a little bit too much for you with the 7-iron.
And these are 790s.
Yeah, a little bit less loft, A little bit more forgiving, which I think is the sweet spot for you.
More forgiving.
This is 130 grams.
Oh,
Inch longer, but it's got thicker grip. Sometimes Trackman flips it, thinking you're playing left-handed.
Oh, because it was that bad a shot?
I'm not sure exactly why it changes. I think it's when the path goes quite far that way, it thinks the club's working a certain way.
So this is now half an inch shorter from what I was trying. So this is half an inch longer than standard. Felt quite nice. Oh, that is it. Every shot's done that now. Yeah, they're not doing that anymore.
So that's a really nice shot. Yeah. 2 degrees upright lie angle you've been hitting. So initially, I thought we needed the upright lie angle.
Right.
I've moved that back to standard. That's why they went straight. I didn't want to tell you.
Yeah, I'm so glad you didn't tell me. You've changed the upright lie angle.
Yeah, it's now standard, so 2 degrees different.
It's back to standard, but
yep.
A minute ago, if you could have seen the balls, they were all just, what do you call that? Like a pull left?
Pull, yeah, they're just pulling.
All just pulling left, every single shot. I was going to say, there's so much pressure to hit that good. I thinned it a bit.
That readjustment I just made, 3 white dots in the middle there.
Oh my goodness, that is mental.
That's those, just from that 2 degree change in lie angle.
And the important thing is, didn't tell me. That shows how much of it's in your head. Because
totally.
If you had told me, I would have
if I told you this is probably going to go a bit straighter now.
Yeah.
Don't know what it could have done.
That's mad. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah?
You obviously like the head.
Yeah. I'm buzzing
Feels
with
pretty
that.
good. 790. So, these are the lofts that these irons have. So we now need to look at the bottom end and the top end to see, well, we're going to go to the woods first. The shots you've hit with 7 iron, I would recommend 4 iron be the longest club you go. So there's 2 options for the QI35 and hybrid. This is the standard one. There's also a max.
Pull, that's that pull.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
Pretty good.
It's staying
a little bit low.
Is that what you want or no? No, you want it higher.
We want it ideally a little bit higher. Like that one carried 203 and ran out to 221. You should be getting a bit more than that.
Yeah. Those have all been quite low.
So this is everything you can change in it. So this is where we're at. I'm just going to add a little bit of loft. I'm going to go 1 degree up, which will also just close the face a little bit. Oh, good strike. How's that feel?
Yeah, it feels quite nice.
Easy to hit.
I think I'm just disappointed when it doesn't go absolute miles.
Carried 221.
Carried 221, and so what should you be hitting a 7-iron? A 7 wood?
7 wood, yeah, I'd say right around.
About that?
Right around that, yeah. It was good for you. Okay, this is 3 wood now. A couple of different options. That's the standard head. There is the max head as well, which we'll try.
Yeah, that felt nice.
That was the shot of the day.
Oh, baby. Right in the money.
Nice. It's really good. So in the hybrids, there's 2 heads. Fairway woods, there's 3 different heads. So there's a tour head, which is going to have lower spin. So this head is lower spinning.
Why is the head lower spinning? How does that make sense?
So if you look at the shape difference, this one's enormous. So it's got more weight at the back. So it's to do with like the center of gravity. So if there's more weight at the back, it's going to make the ball go higher. If there's more weight towards the front or the club face, then the ball's going to go lower and spin less.
Right, okay.
But then it also means it's less forgiving. So this is the first time they've done anything like this, where you can, it's more weight on one side than the other. So you can move it forward and back, turn it around, and have it as far back as we can.
So if I pulled that out, I would have thought I'd broken the club.
So that's kind of the same setup, but it's just a little bit more forgiving. Ooh.
When I'm 200 out, or 210 out, I use my 5 iron. That's all I got, my 5 iron.
Yeah.
So that's all I ever use.
Yeah.
I start looking at these or the 7 wood to then start.
Maybe 7 wood, yeah.
200-ish.
We'll do more full swing
That's
after.
going to make such a difference knowing you've got that in the back.
Yeah.
You're like, obviously, but genuinely haven't had it. We're heading into the wedge territory. Can have some bunker shots. And then a few chips, but wedge-wise, you think I'm needing, well, I mean, the fact they've only got 56.
Yeah,
then,
so you had 13 degrees of a gap between your wedges just now.
Yeah.
Pitching wedge to 56, which is no use.
No use at all. So that's why the 7-iron has become the bump and run. I've become
You've perfected that one. Do 50 degree, 54 and 58.
I didn't realise there were so many. There's 48 all the way to 60.
Yep. Even 64, but nobody really goes with 64. Going to look at kind of what bounce suits you best.
Okay.
Bunker club's important, so I like to have options.
And the bounce is this thing here.
It's how much that leading edge sits off the ground.
Okay.
So if it's the leading edge is tighter to the ground, that would be less bounce. If there's more bounce, the leading edge is going to be higher. Go 58 first.
Put me in the bunker first, or am I going?
We'll go bunker.
Which flag do you want me to go for?
Flag on the right here.
This is what I've got. I don't know what it is. It's a 58. Is my guess, but I don't know.
Okay.
See, I'm happy it's out. That is too far. See, I tried to take less there. Wow.
Okay, I'm going to change.
Out. It's out.
That's the main thing. So this is a 58 as well, but it's a different bounce.
I don't know what that 12-degree bit means.
Good. See, the first few shots you hit with the other wedge, there was too much sand, a lot of digging into the sand. Those last two have sounded totally different. The club's moving through the sand differently.
Yeah, it feels so much different. If I was going for that flag every time, I'd nailed it, by the way.
There's a consistency to those because the club, that's got much more bounce.
Oh, you put the GoPro on the wrong flag again.
If the ball's going too far left, you can either open up the face and aim left because the face is now aiming at the target, or you can stay square, open up the face, but then just lower down a little bit, and that'll get the loft pointing more where you want to go.
Oh! You just fixed me.
How good is that? Can you do it again?
Yes, he can. Oh! Yeah, I know what you mean now. I'm not taking all the sand out.
Yeah.
We've got our sandwich then. 12 degrees, 58.
This is what we're going to be going with.
Okay.
It's either, because you've got 12 in the 58, 54, I want it to be a little bit less. So the lower bounce option is 11, so.
Yep.
Okay, let's go again. All right.
Didn't really mean to do that either. See, coaching.
Cured.
That's all I need.
I thought you said you watched Dan Grieve.
Yeah, I do, and then I forget about it.
Lovely.
Go on, go on. I think you've not given me enough bounce.
No?
I don't know.
Well, more bounce, you'd probably thin it more.
Okay, no, more bounce.
No.
Less bounce, give me less bounce.
That was nice. You're just hitting it too hard.
That's my bad one.
Is it? Okay.
Oh.
Nice, good bit of spin. Improvements.
So you're happy with the...
Yep, happy with that.
Wedges are sorted.
Sorted.
Still, I felt, I mean, it's gone off a wee bit, but it
felt. It's good.
And then it's just a case of messing about with it a little bit.
And the spin's high because your face is open, but that's what we will work on.
Off the hill.
It's in play. This one's the hazardous.
Hazardous?
That's what you've got already.
Oh, right, okay.
First time you've heard of it.
Yeah. See, hazardous sounds more my fit. Loads of hill there.
Okay. First few you hit with the hazardous one, they were like lovely, perfect.
Yeah.
Right out the middle. I'd be more inclined to give you this one.
Yeah.
A couple of lessons on full swing, we would be able to bring that spin down and get you maximising your distance. I've cranked that down a little bit, so that's playing at 8.25 degrees.
And my old one was?
10.5, and it just balloon balls.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to fight spin.
Fight the spin. What have we gone for then? So in terms of my irons?
P790 irons.
And once I hit one of them, I knew.
Yeah, you knew straight away. So we've gone 1 inch longer, and straight away it was middle.
Then wedges, I was currently working with just a 56.
Just a 56.
I've now got 3.
Yep, so we've got 50, 54 and 58. And then the driver, we're in the Max model, which you hit 2 shots with it straight away. They were
Dead straight.
Dead straight, 2 best shots of the day.
But the most forgiving.
The forgiveness is there for your heel strikes and your low strikes. We're going with this shaft here, the hazardous 5G. Again, going to fight the spin. It's more of a low launch, low spin shaft.
Mate, thank you so much. Honestly,
no, pleasure.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks for
down
coming
at Trump Turnberry, got my Taylormade sorted. Let's go and get down to scratch. Right, Ali, so done all the fitting, everything's done. How quickly can people expect their clubs?
So with Taylormade, there is an option to do priority build. Clubs would be built same day and shipped out as well. They get basically put to the front of the queue ahead of all other custom orders. So it's a very quick turnaround if you want that priority build.
So I can be throwing those about the course by Friday because it's Wednesday. That's unbelievable. How good. Right, I'll look forward to them. I'll keep an eye on the post. I'll look for the postman.